Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're going to have a bonus today to get us back into it. This is not us stepping away forever because we had no time. We decided to have 2 weeks off for Golden Week, and then my partner was going away for a while, so I was with him, helping him get ready, and then I got a sore throat. I still have a bit of one, but I just want to be back doing it. And, and I'm in my little enclosed space to stop the echo, and as summer is now starting, I am quite hot in here, but I really want to record. So that's
Please
me. How about you,
hydrate.
Heather?
Please
I
hydrate.
have
Make
tea.
sure you.
Don't worry. I have tea to wet my whistle as I'm reading today's story.
I'm good. It is. It was. It. I think we had spring for what 2 weeks, and then summer decided to just go ahead and come on in a little bit early. So, and in Japanese, summer is a
Is death.
thing. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty. Yeah, we've already started getting different things that help with the summer. I got a new noodle hand fan and ice patches, ice pouches. I can't
Ice
talk now,
pouches.
Thomas. Yeah, so you can get little ice pouches for like car seats and strollers,
Huh.
and yeah, and it keeps them cool because especially in the strollers, that pavement gets hot. It is very warm pavement in that
Yeah.
sunshine. So different kinds of a mugi cha. Started making mugi cha again, and iced coffee.
Iced
Don't like the
coffee I
mugi
will
cha.
allow. Mugi
No mugi cha.
cha. I'm so sorry. It's not for me.
It took a while for me to acclimate. I'm not the first time I tried it. I went, oh, this is yes, thank you for
Hmm.
this. And then the more I've had it, the more I really like it. But it did take a little learning curve. Like seaweed too. When I first tried seaweed, I went, hmm, no,
Seaweed is
thank you.
good. Yeah.
But now
For me, it
seaweed
was
is oh
for me it was parsnips. Hated parsnips. Now I
oh
love them. Yeah.
oh
Oh.
hmm. I we didn't have parsnips so much. I think when I tried them, I they were good. I
That they
think I
were
tried them
good.
one or twice. I had no feelings about parsnips one way or the other. I was ambivalent about
Parsnips are
parsnips.
neutral ground to you. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a parsnip here.
No, I haven't seen them in Japan. I'm so sad. Honey roasted parsnips are the best,
Isn't
but I've never seen them here.
carrots similar-ish to parsnips?
How dare you?
I think I've had them once or twice, like a decade ago, so I don't really recall the flavor.
Taste is very
What does it taste
different.
like? What does it taste like?
Tastes like parsnips. I don't know what else to say, really.
Is it like because turnip is a white vegetable, rutabaga, kind of
I
similar
mean, turnips are
consistency?
consistency, yeah, but taste, no, I don't like turnips. The
Oh,
flavor is too
the
strong.
the little small ones, the Japanese ones, the small ones, when they first get them, the first season starts first. Oh my gosh, Thomas, we're gonna do great today. The season first starts. The little small tiny ones are delightful. Really, I promise, they are so good.
I'll take your word for it, and maybe I will try them.
Well, if we're ever in the same spot in the turnip season, we'll make you some.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But okay, we've been talking about parsnips and stuff for 4 minutes now. Shall we jump
It's a
into
bonus.
this bonus episode? It's a bonus. It's going to be shorter anyway. So yeah, this tale, the title is A Dead Secret. The book I'm finding it in is Kwaidan. It's one of the stories initially translated by Lafcadio Hearn into Japanese. He was one of the first people to translate all these stories, like we said before. We're going to have to give him an episode this year. I feel like lately we've mentioned him a lot, so I will figure something out for him in the future. But this story is called A Dead Secret. Are you ready?
Absolutely, I am.
Okay. Well, as we know, it's going to start, as every other story does, a long time ago. So, a long time ago, in the province of Tamba, there lived a rich merchant named. A long time ago. We're doing well here, guys. A long time ago. It's because I've been talking and recording for my videos today. My voice has had enough. Oh, forgot to mute the mic. Okay. A long time ago, in the province of Tamba, there lived a rich merchant named Inamurayama Gensuke. He had a daughter called O Sono. As she was very clever and pretty, he thought it would be a pity to let her grow up with only such teaching as the country teachers could give her. So he sent her in care of some trusty attendants to Kyoto, that she might be trained in polite accomplishments taught to the ladies of the capital. After she had thus been educated, she was married to a friend of her father's family, a merchant named Nagaraya, and she lived happily with him for nearly 4 years. They had one child, a boy, but Osono fell ill and died in the fourth year after her marriage. On the night after the funeral of Osono, her little son said that his mamma had come back and was in the room upstairs. She had smiled at him, but would not talk to him, and so he became afraid and ran away. Then some of the family went upstairs to the room which had been Osono's, and they were startled to see, by the light of a small lamp which had been kindled before a shrine in that room, the figure of the dead mother. She appeared as if standing in front of the tansu, or chest of drawers, that still contained her ornament and her wearing apparel. Her head and shoulders could very distinctly be seen, but from the waist downwards the figure thinned into invisibility. It was like an imperfect reflection of her, and transparent as a shadow on water. Then the folk were afraid, and left the room. Below they consulted together, and the mother of Osono's husband said, "A woman is fond of her small things, and Osono must be attached to all of her belongings. Many dead people will do that, unless the things be given to the parish temple. If we present Osono's robes and girdles to the temple, her spirit will probably find rest." It was agreed that this should be done as soon as possible, so on the following morning the drawers were emptied and all of Osono's ornaments and dresses were taken to the temple. But she came back the next night and looked at the tansu as before. And she came back also on the following night, and the night after that, and every single night. And so the house became a house of fear. The mother of Osono's husband then went to the parish temple and told the chief priest all that had happened and asked for ghostly counsel. The temple was a Zen temple, and the head priest was a learned old man by the name of Daigen Osho. He said there must be something about which she is anxious, in or near the tansu. "But we emptied all of the drawers," replied the old woman. "There is nothing inside of the tansu." "Well," said Daigon Osho, "tonight I shall go to your house and keep watch in that room and see what can be done. You must give orders that no person shall enter the room while I am watching, unless I call." After sundown, Daigen Osho went to the house and found the room ready made for him. He remained there alone, readying the sutras, and nothing appeared until after the hour of the rat. Then the figure of Osono suddenly outlined itself in front of the tansu. Her face had a wistful look, and she kept her eyes fixed upon the drawers in front of her. The priest uttered the holy formula prescribed in such cases, and then addressing the figure by the kaimyo of Osono, the kaimyo being a religious name given to the dead, he said to her, "I have come here in order to help you. Perhaps in that tansu there is something about which you have reason to feel anxious. Shall I try to find it for you?" The shadow appeared to give assent by a slight motion of the head, and the priest, rising, opened the top drawer. It was empty. Successfully opened the second and third and fourth, and searched carefully behind them and beneath them. He carefully examined the exterior of the chest, but he found nothing. But the figure remained gazing as wistfully as before. What can she want? Thought the priest. Suddenly it occurred to him that there might be something hidden under the paper with which the drawers had been lined. He removed the lining of the first drawer, but found nothing. He removed the lining of the second and the third, and still found nothing. But under the lining of the lowermost drawer he found a letter. "Is this the thing about which you had been troubled?" he said. The shadow of the woman turned towards him, her faint gaze fixed upon the letter. "Shall I burn it for you?" he asked, and she bowed before him. "It shall be burned in the temple this very morning," he promised, "and no one shall read it except myself." And so the figure smiled and vanished. Dawn was breaking as the priest descended the stairs, to find the family waiting anxiously below. "Do not be anxious," he said to them. "She will not appear again." And she never did. The letter was burned, and as it turned out, it was a love letter written to Osono in the time of her studies in Kyoto. But the priest alone knew what was in it, and so the secret died with him. There is your short tale for today.
Ooh, that is really interesting. I wonder what the message said.
I do wonder, but evidently a love letter from someone from her studies in Kyoto, someone who was evidently not her husband, as she feared it being found.
Hmm. Reminds me of have you ever seen Midnight Diner or Shinya Shokodo?
Don't think so.
Oh, there was a an episode about that where this man lived with his mom and she died and she kept haunting him and they finally figured out why she was haunting him and I'm not going to tell you what it was that she was hiding that wanted to be found, but it was a very interesting episode, very familiar. So when you read the story, I was like, aha, she's in front of that. I bet she's got something she wants them to find that is a secret that needs to be out. So the story is I wonder if that story from the show is inspired by this one.
That would be interesting if it was. I do find like most anime are inspired by a Japanese concept or a random story that they then take in its entirety or stretch as far as they could possibly take it. I started watching one called Jigokuraku on
Oh,
Netflix. They're releasing it weekly, so I've just watched the seventh episode. And they've taken the idea of the elixir of life that we've talked about now and then. So in all our stories, we
ah,
talked about it being up on top of Mount Fuji. We've
mhm.
also talked about the island of Tokoyo, where the immortals live. So they kind of taken these two ideas and fused them together. So Gabimaru, a ninja, a criminal, has been sent to the island. He has, I guess, a bodyguard with him who, if he tries to escape, will behead him. But the shogun has sent him and other criminals there, saying that if you find me the elixir of life on this island of immortality, you'll be exonerated of all your crimes. It's a very good anime. I would recommend it.
Hmm.
And it's a Netflix one, so it has English subtitles.
Oh, that's
Thank
that.
goodness.
Yeah, that does not always happen on Netflix for and
That
you're in
does not.
Japan.
If
Mm-mm.
it's just a normal anime, Netflix has the rights for a while. Very unlikely to have the subtitles because apparently they don't think you need them.
Midnight Diner is live action.
Oh,
It's a drama. Yeah, it's a drama, and you need to watch it. I'm recommending it to you. It's you need to add it to your list if you haven't seen it yet.
I will
It's
definitely
good.
add it to my list then, for sure. I think this story is. We've had comedic stories lately, which were
Mm.
different to what we've seen before, and this one I feel was different. Yes, we had some supernatural element to it, but
Mm.
we've never had one involving a hidden secret.
Yeah.
Normally, everything comes to fruition. Everything ends up out in the open, whereas
Mhm.
this one was kind of nice. Like she could keep her secret. She didn't ruin her connections to her family even after she'd gone. So it was kind of nice to see. I wouldn't say it's a different genre, but a different, I guess, style again of
It
story.
is. Yeah, and it's mysterious. It's we don't
Mm,
really have a good. We have a resolution, but it's not revealed. Everything's not revealed. So
yeah. We
a
don't
little
know
bit
who
of a
it was.
mystery.
We don't know what
Mm.
happened. We just know that she
Mm-mm.
had someone who liked her from her time in Kyoto.
Ooh. It's sad, little sad story too, because she died so soon, so young, and
So young, yeah.
with a tiny kid. That makes me really sad.
But that is my story for today.
I got here a tiny kid.
I hear a little guest returning home, so that was pretty good timing for us,
It was good
actually.
time.
So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in this week. We'll be back next week with our regular episodes on Monday, like usual. Heather has asked me to do some research for the Meiji era, which we've not really touched upon. So until then, that's everything from me. How about you, Heather?
That's all for me for now.
All right, everyone. Matane.
Matane. Matane.